Magnesium and sleep. Everyone has been talking about it. It's the new trend lately. Everyone's been taking magnesium to either help them fall asleep faster or stay asleep longer during the night. Everyone's boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, father, stepsister, stepbrother, mistress, everyone's been taking it. Everyone's been talking about it. All my friends have been talking about it. So, in this video, we're going to address it. And we're going to go over, does it actually help you? And if it does, how does it do it? Now, I want to tell you something. Actually, I want to tell you the answer right now. Does magnesium help you sleep? We don't know. But wait, before you click off, I want to tell you, we have a good idea on how it could work, and using my knowledge about neurocircuitry, because I'm a neuroscience researcher, I can tell you how it actually relates to alcohol and benzodiazepines and barbiturates. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty fascinating. I promise you're going to learn a lot of stuff in this video. So stick around. Now, since this is the 2,000 subscriber special, we are going to do something really fun. At least I think it's fun. We're going to go online, on the internet, and literally search up, does magnesium help you sleep? And I want to tell you, I want to show you why it's a terrible idea to get your information from the internet. Okay, it depends where it is. Right now, I'm going to tell you that you should, if you really want good, useful information, you should really only get your information from databases, right? Research articles, primary research articles, okay? Everything else is usually garbage, right? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that brain rot is terrible, okay? Don't get your information from there, okay? But also, what you're going to notice is we're going to go on the internet, you're probably going to see a lot of blog posts. Blog posts are an absolutely terrible place to get your information. Why? Blog posts can be written by literally anybody. You could be a business major. No offense to business majors. But you could be a business major, a communications major, and write a blog post about nothing you're qualified to talk about. Okay? You're probably thinking, why would someone want to do that then? Because they usually have an ulterior motive. And that motive is usually money. People make money off of blog posts. You, right now, could make a blog post about something and make money off of it. Usually through ads, or they're trying to sell you something. Okay? So they're making money off of this. Every time you click on a blog post, they're going to make money. So they usually just put a bunch of junk in there to make you scroll. The more you scroll, the more money they make. Okay? Now, on blog posts, they usually have like a secondary author. Usually a physician. Now, here's the thing. That doesn't mean anything, right? Just because they're a physician does not mean it's good stuff that they're putting out there. Let me explain. Sleep is controlled by neurons, right? Sleep, basically neural circuitry in your brain. So to really say that sleep is affected by magnesium, you really need research about the neural circuits, right? So researchers, neuroscientists, not physicians, not doctors. They just treat patients. They don't do anything, right? Except that's all they do, okay? They just treat their patients. They only know what they learned in medical school or what, maybe in the recent years, okay? But they don't know neural circuitry. That's not their job. Their job is treating patients. Neuroscientists are the ones that know this kind of stuff. So it's kind of useless to have them. The reason they do this is basically tricks people into believing that they know what they're talking about, that the blog post is actually good data and good information. In reality, it's junk. Now, I'm going to tell you, we're going to go on a blog post, and I can guarantee you we're going to find either ads or they're trying to sell you something. They're going to try to make money off of you, okay? Automatically, you should know right then and there that should not be trusted, right? They're biased. They're trying to sell you something, obviously. Research articles, when you go on a database and go on a research article, they're not making any money off of it. It's public knowledge, free scientific knowledge, okay? Hopefully you're understanding what I'm trying to put down here, okay? You'll also notice that they're going to link some research articles at you, right? To make it look like it's credible. But I can promise you, the author probably never even read that research article. They probably went on Google Scholar or whatever, and CBI, quickly looked at the first thing that came up and linked it. They probably didn't even read the entire thing. They only looked at the abstract and posted that, okay? So, and usually it's most of the time it's a review article. It's not the actual article, not the actual experiment, but someone's review article of an experiment, which is garbage, okay? We don't like that, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. So let's type in. Oh, by the way, I cleared all search history. All that cookies has gone, so it's a fresh, like it's like brand new iPad kind of deal. Okay, so does sleep? Does magnesium help you sleep? So obviously it's sponsored. Never click on that. There's a few stuff here. Let's do use magnesium for better sleep. Let's do the first link because everyone clicks on the first link, right? Oh my god. You see what I mean? Like, immediately. The secondary author is a physician, a sleep medicine physician, not a neuroscientist, and is a pop bad. Okay. Jay Summer is the staff writer, okay? So let's scroll down and look at her credentials. It's probably here somewhere. Jay Summer is a health content writer and editor. She holds a BS in psychology and a master's degree in writing. So literally, she's not qualified at all. She just knows how to write. That's it. So not qualified whatsoever. And this MD here, a physician, is a medical director of Indiana Sleep Center. His research and clinical practice focus on in sleep disorders. Okay, so not a neuroscientist, right? Usually physicians do research on the side, but it's usually basic stuff. Okay, she's probably just sleep studies. Now, I should tell you this: sleep studies is basically all the articles out there about magnesium and sleep are sleep studies. That is a terrible method of research. Let me explain why before we actually dive into this blog post. Why is it bad? Sleep studies are very subjective in a way that there's just too many variables. Okay, you invite a few subjects to come in for a sleep test, okay? They're in a different environment. So on day one, they're probably gonna already have difficulty sleeping because they're in a different bed in a different environment, right? They're probably stressed about something, about getting the results correctly or whatever, right? They're anxious, okay? Or there could be other variables, like maybe their daughter got into a car accident that day, or they had a job interview and they're worried if they're gonna get the job or not. Some kind of stressor, okay? But usually maybe when the next day or then 2 days after when they actually get the magnesium, they may sleep better because they're in a more familiar environment. They're used to the bed that they're sleeping on, right? Or the environment's more comfortable to them, so they could sleep better. There's just a bunch of other things. Maybe they don't have anything going on that day. They're not stressed about something, right? There's a bunch of reasons why sleep studies are terrible. Okay, and they're good as backup stuff, like backup data, but not really primary. Okay, there's just too many variables you can't control. That's usually how psychological studies go, by the way. Okay, so what is magnesium? We don't care about that. Benefits of magnesium for sleep. Okay, so higher levels of magnesium in the body are associated with better sleep and longer sleep times. Okay, studies of older adults found that magnesium supplementation helps with falling asleep. Okay, so there you go with the sleep study. There's just too many variables already. Okay, they're older people. I don't know what they've been through during their life. They could, have trouble sleeping because they're in a different environment, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what they've been through, okay? I don't know what's going through their minds. But look at the next paragraph. Experts haven't yet found exact ways in which magnesium helps impact sleep. So what they're basically claiming is that, oh yeah, we kind of see it, but we don't know how. So there we go. Now look at this quote. Okay, this guy says, magnesium may help with sleep problems. So already, I can throw this quote out. He says, may help. The word may is basically bullshit, okay? In other words, we don't know, right? He's basically saying, I don't know how it helps you, but I've kind of seen it. There we go, right? It's not proven, in other words. So garbage. And, oh, look at this. Oh my God. They're trying to sell you magnesium supplements. See what I mean? Like they're trying to make money off of you. They're telling you that magnesium kind of helps you fall asleep and helps you with insomnia because it's shown like in adults it can happen, right? Through a sleep study, and they're trying to sell it to you. They're shoving this huge thing in your face saying buy magnesium supplements, it'll help you sleep. They're making money off of this. See what I mean? Like, okay. So a bunch of garbage, and then they have their references, right? The role of magnesium in sleep health, a systematic review of available literature. So this is a review article that they linked. It's not the actual thing. It's not the actual study they did. It's just a review article. So in other words, it's more garbage. You see where I'm trying to get at here? Like, that's why you can't really trust this. Okay, let's do another one, okay? Let's do WebMD. A lot of people do WebMD, right? Don't trust it, by the way. Let me tell you why. Okay, medically reviewed by this person who is an MD. Don't know her credentials, okay? Written by Nicole Blades. I don't know who Nicole Blades is. And look at this. Advertisements for CeraVe. So I just clicked on this and now they're making money on garbage, right? Look at this. Look at how many ads there are. This is ridiculous. Placebo, helpful but not a miracle. Quotes by random people. Like, I don't know who LaShawn Welts is, right? Who wrote this useless quote. It's not a miracle pill. I still have nights when sleep is elusive, but it's much less than before. This is just, this doesn't say anything, right? Some random person just said this, right? But there could be other reasons. They don't know this person. Wait, I don't know this person. I don't know what they've been through. Did they have PTSD? I don't know. There's just a bunch of stuff, right, that can't be, verified. Look at this. Tips for being sleep, right? Doctors, I don't know. Okay, so look at it. Just what exactly is it? What does it even say that it helps you sleep? Some people may feel their effects on their sleep in a few days. For others, it may take weeks. That's what is that? Okay, so I think you got the idea. So now let's talk about what we know so far regarding neural circuitry, because sleep affects neural circuitry. So that's what we should really look at. Now, this is actually quite interesting. So there are something called GABA receptors in your brain, in the neurons, okay? So GABA is a neurotransmitter. This is basically how neurons communicate with each other. This is known as an inhibitory neurotransmitter. So let me explain what happens. So say if you have a brain area, we'll call it A. The neurons from region A, brain area A, will go to brain area B. Okay? And say the neurons are GABAergic, meaning they release GABA. Okay? So these are GABAergic neurons. So we're going to write GABA here. GABA neurons. What GABA neurons do is when it reaches its target, which is B, it inhibits B. Basically, it shuts it down from firing. So the neurons will not fire. Okay? This can be good. There are reasons this could be a good thing. I'll get into it in a different video. But it's not a bad thing. You need this in your body. So it's not a bad thing. But it makes it so these neurons are basically telling area B not to fire. Right? Shut down that brain area, basically. Okay? And how it works is basically little receptors on the target site. Right? So GABA, basically little molecules, will come along and bind to on the GABA receptors on target B and basically inhibit it. Okay? So this center figure here is what a GABA receptor looks like. So GABA will come along, right? So GABA will come along and bind to the receptor, right? And what will happen is chloride ions will come in through the cell, enter the neuron, so this is the neuron here, and basically inhibit it because chloride is negatively charged. So don't worry about that. But I'm going to tell you something kind of interesting. This is how alcohol works, or ethanol. This is why people fall asleep. This is why people feel sleepy. Feel sleepy when drinking alcohol, because it's a depressant. Alcohol will bind to the GABA receptor and basically increase its sensitivity. So more GABA molecules, neurotransmitters, can come in, and more chloride can go inside the cell here, and basically inhibit it for longer, and it's more effective of inhibiting the neurons. Hopefully that makes a little sense. So that's why you kind of feel drowsy with alcohol, because it works on GABA receptors. Okay? So in other words, once again, alcohol makes the GABA receptors more sensitive, so when GABA binds, more chloride can go down into the cell to inhibit it. And when the neurons are inhibited, maybe for areas that are involved in awareness, okay, that's maybe why you feel sleepy. Benzodiazepines do the same thing. Midazolam is a good one. Midazolam is what they give you in surgery. Have you ever had surgery and realize, what they do is before the procedure, they're going to start injecting you with midazolam. This helps you fall asleep. Okay? So it's helping you fall asleep. There we go. So it works on GABA receptors. But also it helps you forget the surgery. Have you ever woken up from surgery and realized, I don't really remember what happened? This is because of midazolam. Whoops. This is because of midazolam. This is what it does. It inhibits neurons so you can fall asleep. For surgery. It's an anesthetic. It's kind of cool, right? Barbiturates can also do it. So this molecule here is called sodium thiopental. Thiopental, so this part right here, is what they use for lethal injections. Funny enough, see? So to kill you, right, they basically inhibit all the neurons in your brain and basically induce a coma because none of the neurons are firing using thiopental, and you die eventually in higher doses. Because none of your neurons are firing, there you go, you fall asleep. Permanently. That's how it kind of works. Now, sodium thiopental is used, it's not really proven that well, but it's also known as a truth serum. They can use this in torture when they're like hostages or whatever. They can give sodium thiopental, and it goes to the prefrontal cortex or the frontal cortex where all your decision making is happening. That's also the area where it helps you, or the neurons are involved in lying. So when you're, if you don't want to tell the truth, right, that's where the neurons are firing in the frontal cortex. Well, if you inhibit those neurons, it's kind of hard to lie, right? And you're kind of forced to tell the truth. Not really proven that well, but that's kind of like the idea, okay? So then we get to magnesium. We also found recently that magnesium works on these GABA receptors the same way that ethanol works, barbiturates work, and benzodiazepines work. Maybe not as aggressive, but we found out that this is good, there's a mechanism here. That magnesium will bind to these GABA receptors and make them possibly more sensitive, helping you fall asleep, right? If ethanol can make you fall asleep, if benzodiazepines can help you make you fall asleep, if barbiturates can help you make you fall asleep, probably magnesium too, because it does the same thing. It works in the same area, does the same thing. Probably magnesium does the same thing. There we go. So that's what we know so far about magnesium and sleep. There's also some evidence about glutamate, but I'm not going to go into that because it's just not too much information there. But there we go. This is what we know so far. So if you're a researcher, go ahead and do some more research about magnesium and neurocircuitry and sleep and see if you can solve something. Because I find this really interesting. So what I'm trying to tell you is that, yes, magnesium can probably help you fall asleep, but there's just not enough evidence right now. But maybe soon there will be. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Until next time, later.